Today, we're going to determine if you are overtraining. My name is Mike Dewar, and I'm from j2fit.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll bring you the best tips, facts, workouts, exercise, nutrition. We'll do training, nutrition coaching, online coaching, the whole bit in the gamut. But today, it's all about raw education. So let's get started. We're going to start off today talking about what's the difference between overtraining and overreaching. Two different terms that are very similar and sometimes mixed up. So let's start with the simpler version, which is overreaching. Overreaching is a very short, temporary period of a little bit decreased performance, lack of intrinsic motivation to work out, some irritability. Typically it happens when we step up the volume, the frequency, or the intensity, say within a given workout week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe within a 4 to 6 week program, right? Sometimes this is actually part of the program that we're pushing the body to its max, where it kind of reaches that threshold, and then we taper off, and then we come back stronger, right? So sometimes it's okay to get to that point, and a lot of times by good coaches and good trainers, it's actually programmed in there with the idea that you're going to have a short temporary rest period of whether, say, a weekend or just a couple of days, and that's all dependent on the athlete. You will come back stronger and continue to grow without plateauing. Now, in unchecked programming or exercise prescription that isn't as sound, right, it can lead to overtraining syndrome. Overtraining syndrome is a serious condition that is marked by many symptoms. Symptoms include lack of performance in succession of bouts of exercise, right? Not just one bad day. We all have bad days. Performance decrements, whether in strength, whether in size, whether endurance. From there, you also have, interestingly enough, decreased in body fat competition and/or decrease in appetite. We'll also have irritability, mood swings, lack of motivation, lack of happiness derived from exercise. You also have altered sleep patterns, right? You wake up in the middle of the night, you're restless at night. Sounds a lot like stress because exercise is a stress. We'll decipher between whether it's actually exercise or if it's actually real life. Along from that, a lot of studies have shown that there's high levels of creatine kinase in the blood, which suggests muscle loss. Your heart rate will be higher, blood pressure will be higher. This is all from increased demand on the body without giving it adequate rest. And most of us today work out and we don't rest enough, myself included. So, we have to also recognize the culprit. It might not be the program, it might not be the exercise, it might be because a couple of things. A, you're not getting rest, right? It doesn't mean a rest day off the gym, it means what you do the other hours of the day. You want to shoot for 7 to 8 hours, preferably 8, right? So find out where you're at right now and get rest. It might mean turning off TV a little earlier, or it might mean not going out all the time, but get rest. The second thing, staying hydrated. Not with soda, not with coffee, with water, right? Water, nice ice cold water, boosting metabolism. Are you hydrated enough? You can judge by looking at the urine, making sure that it has clear hue or almost a soft yellow. If there's any smell in it, then also suggests that there's protein loss within your blood, which means you're in negative protein balance, which means your body's eating protein, which is your muscle. So, let's fix that. Which brings me to the third part, nutrition. Right? You have to if you think you're overtraining and your weight is decreasing, your appetite is decreasing, your body composition is decreasing, because none of those are happening, you're not overtraining. What happens is that you need to make sure you're getting adequate protein in the diet to recover from all the tissue damage that you're doing. You need to make sure that you're replenishing your glycogen stores, which are your carbohydrates within your body, that your body gets energy from through all your high intense workouts. If you can go through these steps and say that you are doing this, you may be overtraining. Lastly, we have to look at work, stress, life stress, and just the mentality shift. Maybe it's just time for you to reestablish your goals. If all these happen, now we accept the fact that overtraining might actually be happening to you. But wait, it doesn't just mean stop. If you stop and you fall into a dormant phase for a prolonged period of time, you're going to not only lose the gains you were making, but now you're going to start yourself in a bigger hole than what you'd be in. That is something called detraining. Right? We train, and then some people detrain. We want to stay out of that. So as a healthcare professional and a trainer and a coach, it's our job to set you up with a program that's going to set you up to not plateau and to not make multiple steps backwards. So what do you do if you find yourself in a detrained state? Make sure you get some rest. Take 1 or 2, 3 days off. See how you feel. The big golden key is that if you come back after a couple of days of rest and you feel weaker after 1 or 2 lifts, you probably took too much time off. Right? If it still persists, you need to change up your program. Nothing drastic. Just go off the charts a little bit. Instead of saying I gotta jump on the treadmill and run, find something different. Go run around outside. Go walk around outside. Do non-charted exercises. Go play tennis. Go run around with your kids. That's what it's all about. Find the reasons that you want to be fit. It's not about going to the gym every day sometimes. It's about realizing that you have to become better and become stronger for what is demanded of you out of life. My name is Mike Dewar. That's all I have for you today. Pretty short and sweet. If you have any more questions about the training, nutrition, how everything fits in the piece of the pie, feel free to contact us at our social media platforms, facebook.com/thej2fit. Like, share this page, share with your friends and family, anybody else who thinks they're overtraining or thinks they're He-Man. You can tweet us on Instagram or tweet us on Twitter at thej2fit. Follow us on Instagram for more tips, pictures, and sites. Thank you again. Feel free to visit our blog, j2fit.com. My name is Mike Dewar. Best of health, and I'll see you next week. Take care.